Good day to Mr. Muhammad Zaki, my lecturer for DUE 50032, Communicative English 3, and dear viewers. My name is Kanimolli, daughter of Dinahgaran. I am from class DAT5B. My matrix number is 01DAT19F1067. Nowadays, we could hear more people talking about unemployment verily in social media. Am I right? Yes. Today, I'm going to present regarding to this issue. My graph's title is on unemployed persons and unemployment rate from 1982 until 2020. Also from January 2020 until July 2021. Before I proceed to explain the trend of this graph, allow me to describe the elements in this graph. My graph is basically a compilation of bar and line graphs. The bar graph represents the number of unemployed persons, whereas the line graph describes the unemployed rate. As we see the legend of this graph, the blue bar represents the bar graph, whereas the light blue line refers to the line graph. The vertical axis of this graph represents month and year. There are two types of horizontal axis. One represents the number of unemployed persons, and the other one represents the unemployment rate. In a quick glance, we are able to see that there is a fluctuation occurred from 1982 until 2020 as well as January 2020 until July 2021. Without wasting any time, let me present the movement of the graph. In 1982, the unemployed person has recorded the lowest number, which is 182,400. The unemployment rate was at 3.4% in the same year. The unemployed person has gradually escalated to approximately 380,000 persons between 1983 and 1985. In 1986, the unemployment rate has reached to the peak and has recorded the highest percentage, which is 7.4%. But the unemployed persons has quoted to 461,900 persons. The unemployed persons has minimally increased between 1987 and 1988, whereas the unemployment rate has decreased mildly between these 2 years. Following that, there was a dramatic drop in unemployment rate and unemployed persons between 1989 and 1992 to 3.7% and 271,200 persons. Then the unemployment rate and unemployed persons remain unstable between 1993 and 2000. In 2001, there was a sharp increase in unemployment rate and unemployed persons to approximately to 3.7% and almost 320,000 people. The unemployed persons remained static between 2002 and 2005, approximately to 360,000 persons. Then the unemployed persons and unemployment rate have bounced back between 2006 and 2009, approximately at 400,000 persons and 4.2%. Between 2010 and 2015, there was a fluctuation in unemployment rate and unemployed persons. After that, the unemployed persons remained constant between 2016 and 2018, whereas the unemployment rate has plummeted slowly between these 3 years. In 2019, the unemployment rate has slightly dropped, whereas the unemployed person has steadily slided approximately to 440,000 persons. The unemployed persons have reached to the peak to 711,000 persons in 2020 and also recorded the highest number of unemployed persons ever since. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate has quartered to 4.5% in 2020. Now, I would like to describe the movement of graph from January 2020 until July 2021. Between January 2020 and March 2020, there is a gradual acceleration in unemployed persons, but the unemployment rate has slightly rose. Next, the unemployed persons have halved in April 2020 and gradually rise in May 2020. At the same time, the unemployment rate has moderately escalated between April and May 2020. After that, there was an unstable movement between June 2020 and December 2020 in unemployed person, roughly to 770,000. Also, the unemployment rate has resulted to 5.0%. Following that, there was a little slump between January 2021 and May 2021 in unemployed persons as well, the unemployment rate. In June 2021, the unemployed persons and unemployment rate have considerably increased to 768,700, also 4.8% respectively. Last but not least, in July 2021, the unemployment rate remained unchanged at 4.8%, whereas the unemployed persons has soared by 9,500 people. In a nutshell, the unemployment rate and unemployed persons remain erratic throughout this graph. In 2020, the unemployed persons almost halved due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Many industries were forced to shut down in order to curb the spread of coronavirus disease. Now, my presentation has come to an end. Thank you so much for lending your attention throughout the presentation. Have a nice day.